Good evening and good evening. Welcome to the Upfront Mind, Body, and Soul, where I'm your host, Dr. Michelle Bolden Hammond. And listen, I had told everyone that I was having all the presenters who will be presenting at our Anchored in Her Power retreat. And this is Sherry Steine. Welcome, Sherry.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be
It,
here.
it is. It's wonderful. Look, I am so excited that this week has finally come. We're only 2 days away, and I am so happy because I need some rest and rejuvenation.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness. So I also want to tell everyone, I want to thank to my sponsor who is sponsoring this episode, GCM Construction. Thank you so much for sponsoring us today. And you'll see a little bit later on about the services. If you're into remodeling, if you're into getting your new home, then here we go. This will be the right place, the right person to get it done for you. So, Sherry, what? We're going to talk about this anchored in her power.
Yeah.
First question for
Mhm.
you,
Yeah.
because we're going to hear about what you're going to be doing in a little bit. Anchored in her power, what does that mean to you personally?
Mm, 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 mm. That phrase means to me that you are confident in who you are and how you show up, and that you know intuitively what your power is, and you are grounded in that. And there's no one or nothing that can keep you away from that truth within yourself.
She
Yeah.
she even went there way before I even said because this again. If everyone goes back and look at each one of the speakers who have talked and the ones who are going to be the presenters,
Mm-hmm.
before I even answer that question, you brought out some of the theme, empowered, intuitive. You brought all of that out beforehand. See, that's why
Mm.
I be trying to let people understand that when you know this is the right place, the right theme, it all comes together. Cause
Yeah.
you know, that's one of the things it says,
Mhm.
grounded, empowered, and that's our and unstoppable. So
Yeah.
that's what you're talking about, having that confidence. And we
Yeah.
need that. We need that break because we got
Mm.
all these windows of everything that we take care of, the daily lives of life. But then just to come and get some rest. I don't even care if it's 2 hours. Maybe out the whole time we there, if you get 2 hours just to sit by yourself, just find the
Yeah.
time to be anchored in your power. You agree with that?
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Definitely. I would not be involved in this project, this program retreat, if it wasn't this true message of being grounded and empowered within yourself as a woman.
Yeah. And so that leads us to the next question because we know you do a
Sure.
lot of work with women as well.
Yeah.
How does your work that you do support women in becoming grounded, empowered, and unstoppable?
Mm, well, that's a heavy one. I think a lot of the work that I do is trauma informed. And I really resonate with working with women in that way because at some point in our lives, we have had concerns or experiences that brought us certain types of trauma. And I really believe in the work that I do as a yoga therapist and as an aromatherapist and a breath practitioner, that these are tools that bring resource to women, and to be able to enlighten women with these tools, which in some cases may be non-traditional, has been very enlightening to my clients. And particularly the clients that I work with that are over 50, it has been profound for several. I can name several of them that have come through my programs and have been really invigorated, empowered, understanding their true power and how they can move forward in their lives in a positive way, whether it's through body, mind, or spirit.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, we know that you talk about setting intentions.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's when you doing your yoga, that's one of the things that I know. I'm not too many people who may not know, or some who don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's about setting the intention. So the thing is, when I set the intentions for the following retreat, I'm always looking at the whole perspective, the
Right.
wholeness. I look at the mind. I do something for the mind. We do something for the body. We do something for the spirit. So we set the intentions, right?
Yeah.
So, what kind of intentions are you going to be setting in for the women for this that's going to be attending this retreat?
Mm. Oh, okay. So my intention is to help individuals understand that rest is reparative justice. And we need to place an intention on reclaiming our nervous system balance. And through the practices that we'll be doing, that I will be facilitating on Friday morning, is using breath, color visualization, and gentle awareness to support what we call the vagus nerve, and to help the body shift into a state of rest and safety. Right now, we're not really feeling really safe. We need to learn how to set boundaries, safety, and shift into reconnecting with ourselves and the experience of restoration on a physical, emotional, and energetic level. So, my intention is for women who are part of this retreat to find rest, reparation, and restoration into their lives so that they can move throughout the whole retreat experience with their nervous system calm and getting away from this fight or flight into more rest and digest.
You see that question I put up for the audience while she's talking? Because look, I'm sitting here now, I'm getting rest while she's sitting here talking. So I can't wait for the experience on Friday. I'm sitting here now like, oh, how are you resting? Am I getting your rest? I know here for the past couple weeks with all of this retrograde stuff going on,
Tell me
my
about
rest has been, I'm up at 2:00 in the morning and I just can't get
Mm-hmm.
back to sleep. So it's been a
Yeah.
rough time for me, but I understand what's all of that why it's happening. So audience, that's the question. I'm gonna throw that in the chat. Throw that in the chat to us. Like, how are you resting? Are you getting your rest? If you just sat here and listen to her voice, I was like getting into a trance right now. So just imagine. Just imagine.
Oh,
I can't wait. I'll probably be the first one there with the mat and all.
I'm bringing the mats, so.
Okay. Oh, I feel good. There's something else I don't have to pack.
That's right. Yeah, I got it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
No worries.
So we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to come back and we're going to hear more about what Sherry's going to have for us. And we're going to actually ask her some events or something that she has that she's going to be having coming up that you might want to be taking a part of. So we'll be right back.
All right.
Welcome back to Upfront Mind, Body, and Soul, where I'm your host, Dr. Michelle Bolden Hammond, and I am here with Sherry Steine, who is one of our Anchor in Her Power presenters this week that's coming up. And we're so excited because I actually going to have another announcement that'll be coming up after we get more closer to the end of the show. How important is it? You know, I create these spaces, I create these events for us, to bring people together for safe spaces, as you said. So, what does having a safe space mean to you, Sherry?
Mm, what does it mean? That's a good one. You have some good questions. I'll give it to you. Having a safe space, it is feeling that you are comfortable, settled, and that there is no harm that will come to you. And it's not just being settled, in your body, but in your environment, that you have colors around you, comfortable spaces, coziness, a place where you can feel like there's no outside influences that can affect your nervous system, and that you are within your own groundedness. Like you have a sense of introspection and proprioception and interoception, I should say, where you understand where your body is in space, where you understand what's happening inside of you as well, and that you are alive in the present moment. So you're not thinking about the future, you're not accessing on the past, you're just here, right? You're here, and that's where the power is. The power is always in the present moment. And when you're in that present moment, you can feel very safe in that.
Yeah, that's so true. That's like one of the things that we learn as a tool when you're counseling from the
Hmm.
here and now. You
Yeah.
want to bring it from the here and now. So yeah, that's very important. Um, so one of the things, and from Dr. Karen from last week, I had said, and this is way before I even thought about the question, because people do go to retreats. You feel the hype during a retreat move, right?
Yeah.
Like maybe up to that Tuesday. We go to them. I'm being honest. I'm being very
Yeah. Hmm.
transparent.
Right.
So before even when Dr. Karen said it the other day, I had the same day again. That's another instances when I know that things are lined up the way it's supposed to be. I have created for us, and I know it's intentional too, that you're just not coming to this retreat not to stay in contact. So what I've created
Hmm.
is a 30-day um accountability that you at
Oh.
least check in with at least everybody who's been to this retreat sometime during the week, or check it off, and you're gonna have how you feeling about it. If you got something to go through, maybe that could be, because you never know, it
Hmm.
could be that one day that you might be going through something, and something that you tapped in and learned from the conference, or from the retreat, that system may can help you with.
Right.
So I've created this sheet for 30 days, just for a
Oh.
month, for us to stay connected. So that leads to the
Uh-huh.
next question.
Hmm.
How can women continue to stay connected to their power after this retreat? Well, they have that, but how would, if that wasn't into play, how would you recommend that we stay together after this?
Mm. Okay. I always like to send, it's a great to meet you, email or text or what have you. And I also like to start following and supporting people in their social media. So if it's somebody that has an Instagram, I'm an Instagram girl, so yeah, um, you do that. But I like to follow people on Instagram. I like to support them. I like to follow up also with Zoom meetings, like I do. Yeah, I went to a conference last year in Atlanta, right? And one of several people that I keep in touch with, I do monthly chats on Zoom. They're in another state. I'm in another state, and we just keep up and we just find a time to do that and say, hey, what's going on? And then we just do kind of a mentoring, right? Just a more of a connection thing. So that's what I try to do, and try to support them. Maybe I'll join their newsletter, just keep up with them that way. But I like using social media because why? It's social, right? So if I'm seeing somebody post something really interesting, I'll just say, "Hey, that's great." Um, if they're doing some major event or doing something, I'll say, "Woohoo! Yay!" Good to see things happening for you. Also, I have a podcast too, and I often invite different people that I meet that just are intriguing on my podcast to share more with my audience about what they're doing. So it's a lot of different ways you can do it. And if they're having a function or something and I can go and it really interests me, I'll go to support, even if it is out of state. So those are just a few things that I like to do, to keep in touch with folks.
All right. So you heard it there. So this is just not, this also is a networking thing too.
Yeah,
It's also
yeah.
a networking thing for us. We coming together. I have numerous of talented people who are going to be here as the keynote speakers. Um, you know, I'm amazed at everyone that's on the panel. I mean, that it's just phenomenal. I just can't wait to see it all comes together and all those typical things. But Sherry, I am
Yeah.
going to share with the audience what they're going to be, what we're some of it. I'm giving them a little sneak peek, not a whole lot, but this is what's going to be happening. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, breathe in peace, let it flow. This your moment, glow. Sunrise on. So that's a little sneak peek of what's going to be happening.
I
What's going
love
to be
it.
happening. So
Yeah.
that leads to the next question. What
Hmm.
are you most excited about for the March 26th through the 29th? From the inkling of the activities that's going to be encountered, I'm just cannot wait.
I'm I'm going to be really. Well, first of all, I think the way you put together the agenda is fantastic. You're giving us a lot of downtime and a lot of social time. And I had listened to some of the past interviews, and you're honoring, which I really love, people who need, like, for example, I'm an introvert. A lot of people don't believe that, but I am. And sometimes I just need downtime, just time to myself. And you're allowing that. And you're allowing those who need that to take that without being judged. So that's number one. I absolutely love that. And I'm one of those people. Number two, I love the activities, the diversity of activities, and the opportunity to, go out to eat together and to engage in various rituals and activities, the artistic activities. What Dr. Karen is doing, understanding the womb health and, the individual, that was, that sounded so interesting to me. And Rashonda, and everything that everybody's doing is just fantastic. And I'm just really, I can't say that there's any one thing that rises above another as far as what I'm excited about. I think overall, I'm excited about getting away and just, yeah, relaxing and just being in positive community with uplifting women who are about healing and wellness, and just being around people that I consider my tribe. So that's just over and beyond what I can even imagine. And it's very rare to have that opportunity. And I just want to say thank you for that
You're so
opportunity.
welcome.
Mhm.
I am ready. I'm like,
I am ready too,
I
girl.
am ready.
I'm
I am
like
ready.
starting to pack now,
Yeah. Yeah.
early just to make sure, and figure out, my route, and, my playlist while I'm driving down, and all this kind of stuff. It's just, it's just so exciting. And the weather is changing now, and I think we're going to have really good weather. And I think it's just going to be a good time. And it's just going to be just something that's going to be special for each and every one who
Yes. Yes.
experiences it.
Yes.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna actually take a little quick break right quick because I do
Mhm.
want to show our sponsor to get his contact information. So here we go for GC&M Construct. Again, everyone, this is our corporate sponsor, one of our corporate sponsors, and for this episode as well. One thing I want to say about GC&M, and I'm going to say my cousin Andre Gibson, he is so supportive of family. That is one family members, and I got a couple more, few of them that are very supportive of the work that I do, and that means so much to me. Um, I'm about to get ready to tear up, but I'm not going to do it.
Oh, I'm interested in the services.
See, oh
We'll
gosh. Yeah,
talk afterwards.
I will actually let you know, give you his information.
Okay.
He is so supportive of me, and we have had our talks and stuff. He saw me from the beginning, and now he sees me where I'm at. And I had asked him a couple months ago. I was like, I'm putting on this thing. I'm moving it bigger and better every year, and it takes people don't understand. It takes money to do this, and thankful for some of those corporate sponsors that I have, and we'll say more to that after the retreat because I have a special thank you that's been put together for them. But it is amazing. You ladies will see some of the stuff that you have in your little swag bags. Oh my gosh.
I'm
Oh
so
my gosh.
I'm so excited. It's just
Oh
gonna
my
be
gosh.
really cool.
I
Yeah.
was like, I got to figure out how I'm gonna take it all, but I'm gonna get everything in. I'm getting everything in. And one of the other exciting things that I would do, that we're doing too. I don't know, Sherry, if you want to join it. I didn't make this mandatory, but like how people sit around and have snacks or whatever else. But
Mhm.
because you deal with colors, I've
Mhm.
asked some people, and if you want to, you can, to make
Mhm.
up a form of a snack basket of a certain color. Well, of course, you know what mine is. It's purple.
Mine too.
So I have this nice purple basket of nice,
Mhm.
healthy stuff. There's everything in it is like purple.
Okay.
So if you want to do that, we got a little special thing about that. So it's a little bit creative. My little creative juice is just run.
Yeah.
And it's been running. But
Hmm.
this down to the scavenger hunt, I cannot wait for that because that's where you can see where people really anchored in their competition. That's where you really can see it. So we got a lot of planned themes, and Tally Bar is coming with her Bontical mixtures, and she did an awesome show for us last year. She's coming back again
Oh,
to do
good.
these mocktails for us on Friday
Hmm.
night for our party. pajama party. So pajamas and mocktails. So we got to line up. And again, I thank you for being a part of this year. This for my 16th year. Thank you for celebrating it with me this year
I
and being
am
one of
just,
the presenters.
yeah, and I just, thank you so much, Michelle. I mean, we just met really within the last year, and we have just, have had such a beautiful friendship, and I really appreciate you and your leadership and all that you do. It's so positive, and I just like being around positivity and
Oh,
uplift.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's my slogan. That's my slogan. Smell my positivity. So,
There you go.
yeah, just smell my positivity. So, yeah. So, audience, I will say, I had said last week that I haven't got it all to figure out yet. But in November the 12th through the 16th, I know the world might be a little crazy right now, but I just believe that a lot of peace and stuff is getting ready to happen. I'm claiming that and putting that in the atmosphere. And then even if it doesn't, we still gonna hold on. I'm still gonna try to keep my mission going of spreading the more the joy, creating safe spaces, having
That's right.
these retreats. So it is on and popping November the 12th through the 16th. Health and strength, no boundaries, no anything. But we are going to be going to Sedona, Arizona. Now, I'm telling you this now. 2 weeks after this is rolled out, evaluations is going, we're starting because here's the thing. I am to the point where I can say that if you really want to do something, you're going to do it to the best of your knowledge. Your
That's
best, if you need something like this, if you need a space, you need creative spaces, you need safe spaces. And I'm just not saying that because I want you to go, but trust me, there is some life change and transformation that takes place. Now, Sedona, if you don't know, I'm getting ready to give you some tips on what happens in Sedona. There is a certain place and certain spaces that Arizona has because it's mostly rock, right? There is a vortex. Sherry, you want to help me out with a little bit of this? Help me out with a little bit so we can
sure.
give education. We can give a little bit of education on what happens with vortexes. And now you seeing how the earth's elements and everything is acting up now with frequency, right? Here
Mm-hmm.
goes that word frequency we're talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, in Arizona, there is frequency, high vibration. So, when you're hearing this word with people saying you want to be woke, you want to be this, well, we're going to take a trip there. And we're going
Yeah.
to have some little activities done out there. I'm actually working on one of the presenters now to see what she says and what I need to do. So that means I'm going to have to do some fundraising. I'm going to have to do some fundraising. I'm just being for real about it. I mean, because a lot of stuff I'm vamping it up. So I'm vamping it up this year. I'm
Yeah.
vamping it up because here it is. Maybe in a couple days, I can be able to take a firm. So if you really want to go, to any of these events, so I'm going to tell you what the theme is already. What it is, again, November the 12th through the 16th. The Sedona Escape, the Vortex Shift Getaway. How does it mean? You're going to either be shifted in your mind, your body, or your soul, whichever part you're going to need.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we're going to be, wherever you want to be. But if you want the whole experience, you're going to have to go to the Vortex. And the Vortex can help you do the 3-in-1, not just the holistic way, the HO, but the WHOLSITC. Yeah, there we go. The holistic. So stay tuned. More details will be coming about that. And I'm excited because I'm ready to drop and roll that one out.
All right. I'm so excited about that. I'm hoping I can go. We'll see how
Yeah.
it goes. But I am really thrilled of what you're doing and how you're working, with spirit and the universe and all those great things that have, manifesting these things to come to pass. And that's the most
Yes.
important
That's
thing.
it. It says speak those things as they
They
were. Yeah,
go,
you
yeah.
speaking it. I'm speaking it in the atmosphere. Because a lot of people don't realize that. Your breath, use your
Hmm.
breath to speak. Use your breath to heal. So I'm so
Hmm.
glad that these opportunities and these gifts that have been placed upon me, that's a mantle, like my anchor. That's my anchor that I'm holding on. That has the power. So, you
Yeah.
know, um, I'm very thankful. I'm grateful. And again, everyone, I want to, Sherry, so you want to tell the folks where they can find you and where they can listen to your podcast?
Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram at Aligned Expressions. Aligned Expressions. My website is sbwonline.com, and you can find my podcast, Aligned Expressions, on Apple and just about anywhere you get your cash. I think there's something called Cash and all the podcasts networks that you can follow. You can follow me there, and Dr. Michelle will be a future um, guest on my show as soon as I can nail down her schedule. And I had to say that, but we've had her on the show as well, so that's exciting. And yeah, and I just want to say, March is National Color Therapy Month, so use color therapy, use color in any way that you can to, keep yourself, balanced as well, particularly your favorite color.
All right. So,
Yeah.
audience, this concludes our night here on the Upfront Mind, Body, and Soul. Until we see you next week, I'm just going to say to you, you are where you need to be. Just breathe. Until next week, I'm your host, Dr. Michelle Bolden Hammond. Be blessed.